Hello and welcome to another healing conversation. I'm here with CJ Walker, a multi-dimensional healer. Welcome, CJ.
Hi, thank you.
So tell us about your ability. How did you come into being able to see in multi-dimensions, and what do you see?
I work with people's energy fields, and I am trained in several modalities, but really the energy on the planet in the last couple of years has brought in this integration to where we're not really doing anyone else's technique, at least I'm not, and where it comes into you're working with your own guidance, universal source energy. People come to me that are ready to have some really deep-rooted issues, like they've done a lot of work on themselves already, but there's that gnawingness of a particular, and they don't even really know what it is, but it's usually something that's there that's preventing them from moving on to the next step in their life. It's usually tied to self-worth in some way, self-love in some way, but it can appear in a myriad of different ways. And so when I work with them, I'm able to, the first part of the session is working and scanning their energy fields and identifying the blocks or the miasms in the particular chakra systems. Sometimes it's related to this life, sometimes it's related to past lives. And then once I identify them, I work with their higher self with permission. And so then I'm guided to help release the energetic structures out of the system. I also work with conscious communication with the cells at a cellular level. So I communicate directly with the different systems like the endocrine system or the lymphatic system or the nervous system or the skeletal structure, and we go right in and work with whatever the issue is that wants to be addressed. So direct communication, constant communication with the cells or the organ or whatever that might be. And so once we're able to get it pretty much identified and cleared out, then I use sound harmonics to balance the energy fields. And I have a particular tune that's attuned to androgyny, which is really the frequency of ascension on the planet, which helps to balance the male and female energies on the body and create one unified field. So then I work in harmonizing the energy fields for the body. And once I feel that's sufficiently harmonized, then I will infuse the body back with the frequency of unconditional love. And part of that, I put my hands on their chakras on their feet and breathe the energy and send the energy up through their feet, up through their central column, and out their crown. And once I can see that their light level has adjusted properly, this is helping them to hold a higher frequency. It's all about holding a higher frequency of light in our energy fields. So once that's done, then I go back in and I infuse all of their cellular structure with this frequency of light and love, and just replace what we removed with the energy, the frequency of love. And it just gets absorbed. The body, the cells absolutely want that frequency, and that is the frequency that we're working with for ascension, to be able to bring that in. Once that's done, I close their energy fields back up, and our session is over. And I often get quite a bit of guidance as to why these blocks were there, what it related to, and I'll share that information, and usually it's pretty spot on as far as that is the thing that they've been holding. That's the one thing that's holding them back. It might be something that's keeping them in poverty. It might be the fear that's keeping them from stepping into their mastery. It could be, I've seen even loathing of self, at some levels. They just can't allow themselves to love themselves. And what is that related to? So there's so many different ways that this can manifest out. So I never know what I'm going to do when I start to work with someone. I go in with a blank slate, and I ask that they don't tell me anything about themselves or anything that's going on with them, so we can get this information directly from their higher self and work with it that way.
It's a powerful new way of healing. It's the quantum healing. You're a quantum healer. I'm curious, what is the tone of androgyny?
I don't know the exact, I can't tell you like it's an F sharp or a particular tone, but it's the beautiful resonance.
Can we hear it?
Well, I have a crystal practitioner gong, and that makes the tone, yes.
Okay, and you also use vocal crystals.
I do. I have 2 5-vocal crystals. There's only one person on the planet right now that can cut these to this particular residency. He's in Brazil. And I have a 144 5, which is right now the highest frequency available to man on the planet.
And tell us about it. It's sided. It's the number of sides on a crystal?
It's cut in 144 facets, correct. And then I use a complementary dream crystal with it, which is also a 5 crystal. And the dream works on the inner worlds, the 5 works on the vocal works on the outer worlds. So when you work with them in tandem in the fields, it creates this harmonic within the energy fields that when the energy comes through me and it flows out through my hands, it gets amplified through these crystals, and they work like lasers into the body. It's just, I can work without them, but they're just another quantum tool to work with, and it really does feel like a laser. And they have to be careful. You really have to know what you're doing and then work with them with the utmost intention.
We're here at the Star Clinic in Santa Fe, New Mexico, and there's been a daily anchoring in of the energies and a calling in of the star beings that are here. And this morning, as we were going through the gate to Divine Wisdom, as Nina was setting that up, something happened. Can you describe what happened?
Yes, every morning Nina's been opening up a gate and bringing in these ancient codes for the planet. She actually brought the original of these codes in when we were in Egypt. I was on a trip with her in February, and into the King and Queen's chamber. But then she wanted to re-anchor them here and make them even more available, downloaded into all the people here. So each day she's done one different gate in the morning. And this morning it was very different. She couldn't even speak. The frequency that came through was so high that one of us had to get up behind her and hold her physically so she could even stand. When it came through, she couldn't speak like she normally does, which is several languages that come out. She could just barely take the crystal and point it at everybody downloading the codes and had to be assisted to sit down. And there is just some monumental energy that's coming through this weekend that's allowing us for a quantum leap in consciousness on the planet.
When you look at this year, 2012, and we think of already what's going on in the shift of consciousness, what does a future world look like, or what does next year look like, or the year following, or the years to follow? How will it be different?
Well, a lot of emphasis right now is being put on the heart and working with the heart, and not in the ways that we've done with the past. In the past, it was opening the heart up to love and compassion. Now we're looking at the heart as an actual multidimensional tool that we can use, and we can use it for healing, we can use it for travel.
Travel meaning astral to other universes.
Astral travel, time travel, absolutely. And I just started teaching classes called Temple of the Initiate, and we're exploring going through the Eye of an Ankh, working with the mechanism of our heart as that transporter, and creating regeneration and rejuvenation healing temples. I got involved with the Star Clinic because I have always been attracted to what I would consider cutting-edge technology and thinking. I've been a student of quantum physics for several years, and when Nina called me and asked me if I would participate with this, I absolutely had to participate because I know that this is the future of thinking and healing for the planet. And it's expanded my thinking quite a bit, sitting in the midst of other forerunners in thought and healing. And I came away this weekend with a newer understanding of really being able to tap into the consciousness of everything. Everything has this spiritual energy. And I knew that to a degree before, but even being able to go into the keyboard of a computer and have a conscious conversation, that has expanded me to a whole new level. So thank you. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Namaste.
Namaste.